Governor of the Central Bank, Ernest Addison, has downplayed suggestions that Ghana's economic recovery may take longer than expected. The International Monetary Fund released a second tranche of $600 million to the country with a message that the country's road to full economic stability will be long. Stefan Rode is IMF's mission chief working on Ghana's $3 billion bailout package. Reacting to this, the fears that Ghana's economy may take longer to recover, Governor Addison told Joy News' Blessed Soga that a lot of progress is being made. The central bank chief was speaking on the sidelines of the Africa Prosperity Dialogue, where he spent time with telecommunications industry captains on interoperability. There's more in this report.
The International Monetary Fund recently disbursed a total sum of some $600 million United States dollars to the Republic of Ghana as part of the IMF bailout program. The fund says there are signs of economic recovery, except to say that full stabilization of the Ghanaian economy will be long. Stefan Rode is mission chief for the International Monetary Fund.
Importantly, despite a difficult economic environment, the authorities' reforms are bearing fruit. The government of Ghana is also making progress on its debt restructuring. The domestic debt exchange was completed last year, and an agreement was recently struck between the government and its official bilateral creditors. Notwithstanding the progress made in recent months, the road to full stabilization and recovery will be long. Addressing remaining challenges will require determination and steadfast policy and reform implementation.
Given the impact of the global economic meltdown on African economies, the 2024 African Prosperity Dialogues is focusing on exploring ways by which prosperity could be delivered to the African continent, including countries such as Ghana. After engagements today, Governor of the Central Bank, Dr. Ernest Addison, reacted to concerns that the Ghanaian economy may take longer to recover.
No, I think it was a very useful platform, hearing from the operators in the market and some of the difficulties that they are facing. It's a very useful dialogue. Thank you.
Says the cash has arrived. There's a long way to recovery. What's your final one?
A long way to recovery. Is that what you heard?
That's what they say.
Well, I think we are making a lot of progress. That's all I can say.
Thank you.
Over the next 3 days, actors from across the African continent are converged here at the Africa Prosperity Dialogue 2024. The message is simple, that Africa needs to trade amongst itself and to boost production for development.
The first pillar is the private sector strengthening, including SMEs, women and youth. I need to empower our majority of the African private sector. The small and medium enterprises, the women entrepreneurs, the cross-border traders, all those are, because the private sector is not homogeneous. How we do this? We need an enabling environment, and what we need is the political will. How we reduce corporate taxes, how we promote incentives for investment from African investment, and finance is to have at least 40% of all government procurement goes to African private sector, including SMEs, women and youth.
But if we look at the bigger scale, indeed, we are not getting what we are supposed to do, which is kind of normal. We are not processing till the end product. And chocolate needs cocoa and butter. So most of these key things are being now processed a little bit more here, but this is the part where there are more value. So it's normal that we represent so small, and this is exactly the work we are doing by promoting through this dialogue today, through the African Union, to really promote more and more key values that will come out of cocoa.
Blessed Soga reporting for Joy News, Peduase Presidential Lodge, Eastern Region.